Confirmed. We're already here in Russia, in the Baltic Enclave. It hasn't been easy. Wow, it's huge.
A portion?
Yes, a portion with a sauce? Yes. Why are there so many smart people here?
Yes.
Europe is closed, incomes fell, Russian noise faded, and everything just...
Submarine played an important role in the Cold War. It was an escort for the Russian Navy along
the Atlantic
to
arrive
to Cuba. I'm already heading towards Riga. Today I want to spend the night in a small village here, which is almost on the border with Latvia. And that's it. Tomorrow morning I'll get up early, go to Riga, and take the bus to Kaliningrad, the Russian enclave on the Baltic Sea. Well, the car is clean, tidy, and ready to be handed over. In the end, it was 22229. There's still about 10 miles left before I hand over the car, which is the total distance I've driven with it. Look. I'm going to miss you, you know? Here's the Volkswagen Polo. It's worked really well, honestly. I'm happy with it. Now let's return the car quickly and catch the bus. Let's go. Honestly, I've really liked the Baltic countries. I never had a special interest in visiting them before. If I'm honest with you, I don't know. It's just one of those things that, I don't know. They don't catch your attention. Maybe not from the very beginning. But as I started learning more about their history and getting to know a bit more about their culture, I did become more interested. And what did I like the most, and what would I keep? And what I suggest to everyone is to go to the rural areas, to the forest areas, because that's where it's best. I've experienced that. Big cities are also nice because they have their history, their movement. But if I had to choose something, it would be the rural and natural areas. If you're looking for a destination that has that mix between the Soviet and the more European, this is your destination, the Baltic countries. In fact, even back in the Soviet Union, it was always said that this was one of the most open destinations, right? Even in the Soviet Union.
Visa for housing?
Alright, give baggage? Yes, is this station going to be at the station? I'll tell you later. Visit to unit of the unit, the unit. The first station is about 2 hours away in Sholai. The device will be turned on after we leave the limits of the city of Riga. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I wish you a pleasant trip. Non-Russian citizens, please fill out the form located at the front near the driver. Well, our first stop, we are already in the city of Šiauliai in Lithuania, and I'm already saying goodbye to paying in euros. We have, I think, a couple of hours left until we reach the border, until the border checkpoint. And that's it. I've already withdrawn the cash. I have everything here in cash. That's essential because European cards don't work in Russia. Neither Visa nor MasterCard. Well, European and global ones. Only their own system works, or the ones issued in the country itself, in Russia. I'm carrying everything in cash. I have 1,200 bucks. I hope that's enough to travel around that whole area, and as soon as I get to Kaliningrad, I'll exchange it. But yeah, my wallet is about to burst. Let me show you. Here it is. Damn, the bus is actually pretty full. I think there are 4 or 5 empty seats, but the rest are taken. And most of them, from what I've heard, are Russian speakers, or just Russians. Yeah, the damn bus is uncomfortable. I haven't gotten any sleep. It vibrates like hell. Honestly, I don't know if it's the shock absorbers or bad roads, but my head is pounding. It could be worse. We could be riding this one. So, let's not complain. Look at this old Lithuanian bus. That's mine, the Ecolines. Come on, let's go.
let's see.
Yeah, I see it.
That's all.
All right, the main thing is here.
Well, mission accomplished. I'm already in Kaliningrad. That's the train station. Here you have the little square with the trams. That's where the bus dropped me off, the bus station. And there we have Vkusny Tochka, the Russian McDonald's. So, yes, it's confirmed. We're already here, in Russia, in the Baltic Enclave.
It hasn't been easy, has it?
I woke up today, I don't know, at 6 or 7 in the morning, and now it's already 9 at night, maybe a little later. And we've been traveling from Riga for almost 12 hours. Honestly, at the border crossing, everything went pretty quickly. Sometimes I've had to wait longer due to heavy traffic, but this time we were first. The bus has arrived. Of course, they had to check all the luggage of each passenger, then hand over the passports, and then get all the passengers back on the bus. But anyway, I estimate that we spent between an hour and a half in total at the Russian border. At the Lithuanian border, much less at the Lithuanian border. We spent about 15 minutes at the exit, but at the Russian one it was an hour to an hour and a half. You know, for anyone interested in coming to Russia by bus and to Kaliningrad, specifically from Riga or from Lithuania, well, this is what awaits you. A long journey by bus, a border crossing that can take anywhere from 1 hour to 2, 3, 4, or 5 hours. You never know, it depends on the traffic, but well, if you're lucky like me, then it's pretty quick. For now, I'm gonna look for a place to edit the videos, take a shower, and also eat some typical local food. Greetings from my humble abode. This is where I spent yesterday, resting in Kaliningrad. A simple room with its little mirror. It's a picture of New York. Could this be it? I'm not sure, but it looks like it. As you can see, it's the typical simple hostel. A bed, a table where I've been able to set up and do a bit of work. And now they're kicking me out of here. I have to go to another room. I wanted a single one. And this one costs 1,400 rubles, which at the current exchange rate should be about 14 euros. Honestly, I was surprised because it's a bit expensive for what it is. It has the bathroom over there and the shower. Later, I'll show you the building from outside. But the thing is, Kaliningrad now in the summer has a lot of tourism and prices have gone up a bit, and above all, occupancy is through the roof. At least now in July when I'm recording this. I'm going to take a short walk around Kaliningrad to explore it with you all. Let's go. This is what the hostel looks like from the outside, an office building that they share with some company, I don't know which one, and then barbed wire and cameras everywhere. It's the first time I've been in a hostel like this. And then, when you go outside, it's all car repair shops and tire change places. Look, this is the entrance. And here it's all full of cars and repair shops around. Well, I'm already in the center of Kaliningrad. Look at these little houses, German style, or at least they look like it. Before I continue exploring the center, I'm so hungry it hurts. I found a place for you guys around here, a typical Stolovaya or Russian canteen. So let's see how it is. What are they going to serve us? Here it is, Stolovka, essentially a canteen. Why aren't the kids going with a skateboard?
Let's go!
Let's go get the cutlery. Bread. And here we have all the salads. For example, cabbage, beet herring, Russian salad. Let's see which one I pick. I think I'll go with the Russian salad or the herring. We also have kompot and kissel, which are made from dried fruit. Alright, I'll go with the herring one. Why not?
And here we have...
All the meats, the famous Russian steaks, the keel steaks. Wait, please, do you have regular potatoes? Do you have meat? This?
Is this the meat? Expensive? From S...
A meat? Is it clear? I want meat.
For what? For?
And is this keel?
Is this keel? Yes.
And also a portion, please.
Here? Yes.
Here?
And the plate!
The plate is here.
Mashed potatoes, the mashed potatoes, the mashed potatoes, the mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes.
The mashed potatoes. The what?
Do you have borscht?
That's all right, thank you.
Buckwheat, 1 serving.
Yes, Diana, yes, 1 serving like that, with sauce.
Pour it over.
Just a little sauce, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please.
More cream, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Let's go.
Let's see how much all of this costs us.
Chai assembly. Yes, chai.
Assembly. Yes.
Well... Thank you.
Can I see the QR code, please?
Yes, please.
Good.
Enjoy your meal.
Wow.
Here it
You have it 640.
rubles, which is about 6.5 euros. The grichka, which is a cereal, 2 Russian-style cutlets, and 1 Kiev-style, which is meat, this breaded one. Then kapusta. Damn, I can't remember the name of kapusta right now. I think it's cabbage, yeah, well... another typical salad, which is like Russian salad, but this one is traditional. From here, it has herring, potato, and also beetroot, and then a sauce that I don't know what it is.
Well, I suppose.
That it will be smetana, sour cream, and the typical borscht with smetana, which is a soup made with beetroot. Meat and tomato too, yes. Then you add the sour cream and the greens, those fine herbs, the regular herbs. Well, that's it. Look, I'm already salivating, so I'm going to start eating. Cheers. As you can see, nothing. The place is very simple. It's like it imitates a Soviet-style canteen, right? Because of the food and everything you see, but with a modern touch. The menu and all the food you've seen is the typical stuff that was served during Soviet times. We change it up a little bit, maybe, but it's the typical menu you can find in these canteens. In case you were wondering, what is Russian steak Kiev style like? Look. It's a Russian steak. Well, here, this is what they call Russian steak. Well, it's typical here. The regular one, this one is chicken, and this is the Kiev style, which is also chicken. Then it's stuffed, also with the same things. Herbs, butter, and breaded. And then we have the grichka.
Which is buckwheat. Which in Spain, well, I don't know, in Latin America either, but in Spain...
There's little, but here in Russia there is. It's an ancient wheat commonly eaten in Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and generally throughout the former Soviet Union. And it's very good, because it also has a lot of protein. Oh my, what a crowd. I feel good, satisfied.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on? Yeah, were you here? Yeah. When did the ruins close?
Well, right here behind me were the ruins of the Königsberg Castle.
In fact, Kaliningrad used to be called Königsberg since it was part of the empire, well, part of Prussia and later Germany. That was until
In 1945, the
Soviets in the Battle of Königsberg annexed this territory. A territory of extremely high strategic importance for the Soviets. Because they could establish a port that wouldn't freeze in winter. In that battle, they completely destroyed the Königsberg Castle, since it was a symbol for them, for the Prussian military, the German military. Today, in this square where the castle used to be,
not even ruins remain.
we see a huge parking lot. And Dom Savietov, half-built. This was supposed to be the house of the Soviets, but its construction was never finished, as you can see, and here it still stands.
Since then,
Too much. Very, very good.
And precisely related to the strategic importance of having a port here in the Kaliningrad region. As a tourist attraction, we have a lot of ships that were here in the Baltic fleet, like for example this huge ship that served as support for astronauts, for cosmonauts. We also have research yachts and we even have a submarine. So I'm going to see if I can hurry before they close and show you a little bit of what these ships were like inside.
Misha, don't worry, don't worry.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry, thank you.
What?
This actually, is it a research ship, something like that?
Scientist ship. And
What is cosmonaut?
cosmonaut? Is it another ship?
Ah, it's
Boat.
Okay.
Can I visit him?
There? It's just a field trip.
Okay.
Well, we're on the scientific research ship.
Here.
There you go. Wow, does this look like the Titanic?
What an entrance. Let's see, let's let some people go by. This was the kitchen. Check out these small doors. Here's the service area. And here's the dining room. This is how the scientists ate, with a grand piano and everything. Cabin. Nothing can get through. Here, all the way to the operating room. Oh, I have gotten lost. Finally, a little break from the crowd. Well, here you go. This is more or less what this ship was dedicated to. Research of the seabed along the coasts. Here you have some of the adventures, well, expeditions rather, that they managed to complete in the Amazon. In the Atlantic, the Mariana Trench. And Easter Island. As you can see, it's a simple boat. Here's the kitchen. Is this place packed, man? The engine room. Another cabin over here for the researchers. Let's go up to the deck. Here we have an admiral of the Russian Empire with his ivory and furs writing the Abora diary.
I saw it.
Real.
Fresh air.
Well, the boat is pretty nice. Very interesting. A Soviet research ship with its cabins, its kitchen, its living room, its dining room, a large deck as you can see, and with the hammer and sickle right there.
Look, so you can see how big the boat is.
All right, come on, let's go.
Also.
We also have the first iron bridge that was built here in Königsberg, around 1800 in the second half of the 1800s. It was a bridge that allowed people to cross from one side to the other, but it also allowed ships to pass through. Here you have it in this museum. On the riverbank and next to the bridge, we have this piece of a ship called Cosmonaut Viktor Patsayev in honor of a cosmonaut. Look, what antennas does it have? Oh my goodness! Well, here we are in the B-413 submarine, or as NATO called it, the Foxtrot class. And this submarine began to be built. It began operating in the 1960s, and this one stayed in service until the 1990s. All right, let's go inside.
Also,
Is there another place?
Well,
And here's where they launched the torpedoes. Oh my, look at all the cables.
and
Thinking that this was underwater with a bunch of crew, would you get up here? Look. Without any short circuits or anything. Well, this is where they loaded the nuclear warheads into these torpedoes. Although this submarine wasn't nuclear powered, it was diesel. And here you have them. 6 torpedo launchers with a red star.
Look at the amount of engineering that had to be here. Look over there. If something went wrong, just imagine the mechanic who had to get in all the way back there.
Unsuitable for claustrophobics. The underwater speed record of 44.7 knots belongs to the APLK on board a diesel-electric submarine. Records.
Underwater speed?
Belonging to
APLK.
Mirad.
The size of this mine they brought here. And there we have the divers.
and
Another torpedo, what seems to be another torpedo. What the recording that's playing is saying is that this submarine played an important role in the war.
And it was
Escort of the Russian Navy
to
along the Atlantic up to
reach
Cuba. Alarms sounded in the United States, even as the submarine and fleet were leaving. It was supposed to be a peaceful visit, or so they claimed, but there were still tense moments. This very submarine could sink into the water, dive up to 400 meters. To go unnoticed. Its minimum working depth?
or
It was 200 meters away.
and
Then with the periscope, 10 meters. Look, I'm amazed by the amount of cables and valves there are. Let's go through. Damn, this is tight. Check it out, what bucket and door.
this was it.
The officer's compartment.
Here is
Where they lived?
here.
They had the cabins. Look, there are like 4 cabins.
And
Directly the lock that leads to where the torpedoes are. This one here, this small room with a bunch of machines,
that one.
is where the acoustic signals were received.
it is
They were there listening and watching to see what they could detect underwater.
Here.
is where the officers would stay to...
Rest.
Waiting.
Orders.
Well,
It's not so bad here, huh?
Here.
At least,
you?
You can stand up. Let's see, right? I can stand up. And look, here was the boat, the little one, the small one and all.
The tools?
The...
Surgical instruments.
To perform operations.
No.
I'm not sure if it was like this originally. Let's continue.
There's always the question of one's own writing. And isn't it contradictory that it has been decided that...
The commander?
Here.
Was the second in command, after the commander.
This...
Was his little bed.
His...
Bunk bed.
what the...
Do you think? Cozy? I'm amazed by the...
Number of valves.
And... Increased exchange range. The third compartment...
This is the central control post. It houses the main command center. The command center of the navigator's combat.
Scotia flows out to sea here.
Now.
Closed. The bathroom where you do your business.
And everything.
Full of valves as usual.
Me?
I imagine all those valves have their function, but where the person who...
Was sitting.
The vertical rudder sat, it says here, to go up and down, to submerge, and to keep afloat the...
Submarine.
The telegraph machine.
Here.
That says stop, half speed, full speed, that is full steam ahead.
And here they could see the depth in meters they were at.
This.
Here was the horizontal rudder.
We have...
Seen the vertical one, well this is the horizontal one.
The...
Globinometer, here of...
Depth. Damn.
Look at all the switches.
Here.
You really have to crouch down here.
Here.
There's a small desk here. I guess you don't put the map here.
Call.
To the captain, imagine this. Full of people, full of soldiers, sailors. Here they had to live together. I'm sure there was one there. Here was another one. There would be 2 or 3 more here. Here is another one. All this little space would be occupied by at least 4 or 5 at the same time, working, doing their job.
Look.
All the machines they had to control.
And one.
Compass.
With this.
They guided themselves with this piece of device. And going up here were the periscopes. The thing is, now you can't. And this here was to launch the torpedoes. Here you have it. Torpedo devices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Watch your head. Look how they had to.
Pause. Here.
The radio operators were here. This whole area was for communications. Here's a small dining room where they ate. Look, with the cabin, the beds above and below. Damn, there's another guy here.
Here, the
commander's assistant. He didn't have a bad room, the guy. Let's keep moving forward.
Come on.
Look, here's a small kitchen.
Check it out.
What the submarine's kitchen was like.
Oh, look.
Hey, well, it was pretty decent, you know? You could cook quite a few things here, with 4 burners, a couple of ovens there.
Yeah.
Did you have the batteries here? In this space here, there's a battery, here an electric one, and another at the beginning of this section, which was the one that provided electricity. Wow, well, let's continue. Wow, this is truly the engine room. Damn, what a noise. I guess this is the ambient noise they add, so we can imagine what this would sound like in real life. This is the diesel engine, the engine compartment, damn. Here they had the diesel engines.
The fans.
So that they wouldn't suffocate. Okay, I'm leaving since it's still noisy here. They were refueling the engine with diesel.
Then they transformed.
The energy, and provided all the electrical power to the submarine. Wow, look. And the last room where they supervised
The Fitch House.
They slept here, and this is how they dressed. Hydro combination designed for water to submerge. And well, with the 4 torpedoes in the back, I'm ready to go. Over here, this is already the exit of the submarine. Hey, very interesting, huh? I've never been in a Soviet submarine before. There's always a first time. Wow, look at that, my goodness, it's huge. Are there a lot of tourists now? Yes, especially me.
A lot practically visa. Only those with a lot have visas.
Money, theirs.
Can buy it, and even then, not everyone is allowed in. For example, you can't fly direct, everyone must connect through Istanbul.
Oh no.
You can go directly, no visa will be granted. Turkey turned into an invasion, our currency lost value in rubles.
Yes, we have.
Now 100 euros is 10,000 rubles, that's...
Very expensive.
Very
Expensive, we can't
afford it on a 300 euro salary.
Yes. Yes.
It's not easy to go to that place.
To rest. Yes, to Russia, for Russia.
It's possible to...
For Russia, that's possible. They
fly for Russia.
Of course, that's why it's a lot.
Tourists, yes.
Yes, specifically Russian tourists.
Because Europe is closed, incomes have dropped, the Russian ruble has depreciated, and everyone is traveling within Russia. Russia is big, you see?
Is it possible? Yes, it's like a continent, it's possible.
And you can look at the volcano. Yes?
Yes, exactly, I agree.
That's all. It's very nice to meet you. Goodbye. Well, you've already seen what the guy here at the door tells me. Very nice. He's a Belarusian, half Russian, and this place is full of tourists. And I was able to see that today. You walk down the streets, the submarine, or the other boat, and it's crowded everywhere. That's it. I hope you liked the video. As for me, I'll leave it here and see you in the next one. Bye. And what do you recommend? Well, let me know, please. I want to try.